Yo, what is up guys? AD here, back with another Destiny Child video here on the channel. And in today's video, everyone, we are going to be overviewing the Ragna Break on Cloud9 events guide here on the channel that I did put together for you all to follow for this new event. So hopefully you guys are excited for this one, as it is a big one. And if you haven't seen our last video in which we did overview the update note, I'll be sure to have it linked in the description box below alongside the Lisa's Lessons guide down there as well. But before we get started, make sure to leave a like on this video, as well as make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are interested in more Destiny Child content. But with all of that being said, let's get started with the guide here. And we do have the boss skills on the right hand side. As you can see, Anemone on the left, and we do have the skills that are being based on the Japan boss. So of course these are subject to change, so take these skills with a grain of salt, but you can always check the Destiny Child moot page for the official skills when they do release later tonight. But as for the expected skills here, based on Japan's boss Anemone Ragna Break level 30 skills, subject to change on global, the tap skill here attacks 3 targets, priority the highest skill charge, inflicts water balloon, causes 1000 bonus damage when hit, reset skill gauge after 28 seconds or when hit 2 times on the targets, as well as inflicting time based buff blast times 800 on the targets. As for the slide skill here, attack 3 targets, priority debuff, inflict cooldown time plus 3 seconds, and water snake, skill gauge charge amount to minus 40%, cause 500 bonus damage, minus 40% damage on wood targets, plus 40% damage on fire targets when hit by water type enemies on the targets for 20 seconds long. As for the drive skill here, we have attacks all targets, inflict skill gauge explosion, reset skill gauge, and cost bonus damage max 250 in proportion to the removed skill gauge on the targets, as well as inflicting buff blast times 250 on the targets. As for the leader buff here, we have debuff evasion plus 40%, debuff duration minus 60%, all skills defense plus 70% for non-weak point attacks, and a 100% chance to nullify drive gauge charge increase skills. So a pretty decent boss skill set there, nothing to be afraid of though. And let's get started with the unit suggestions here, starting with the first row. So first up here, everyone, we do have the aid category, in which we do have the recommended units of either Aurora or Newbie Mona. Now you will want to run only one of these units here, and for Aurora here, she would of course be the priority, and you can consider running her leader skill as well. But for both of these units, you will want to run them on slide only. As for the crits buffer category, it's recommended to run one of these units here. You can either run Yuna or Lupin depending on your team comp, and you will want to run both of these units on slide tap tap for their skill orders. Next here, we do have the weak point category, in which we do have Bikini Lisa, and you can run Bikini Lisa on slide only. As for the last category of the first row, we do have the double-edged sword / attack plus category, in which we do have the new 5-star wood type supporter in Elysian, and it's recommended to test out her leader skill. And for the skill orders here, we do have her at unignited. You should run her on slide tap tap, and based on your uncaps as well as ignition, you can run Elysian on 1 slide and 4 tap skills. As for the second recommended unit here, we do have Rosanna. If you don't happen to pull for Elysian, you can just run Rosanna here on slide only, as she does happen to have double-edged sword on her slide skill. Next up, everyone, we do have speed / gauge charge as well as cooldown reduction, so additional supporters here. First up, we do have Maid Citri, followed by Maid Citri we do have Grilla. Next here, we do have Neptune, Dazzling Venus, Thisbe, and Senga. As for these units in order, it's recommended to run Citri on slide tap tap, Grilla on slide only, Neptune slide only, as well as Dazzling Venus on slide only, and for Thisbe as well as Senga here, you should run them on slide and 2 tap skills. As for the survivability and healer category, you should run either Pomona or Mats depending on your survivability needs, and you can run both of these units on slide skill only. Next up, we do have the wood attackers category. It's recommended to run 1 to 2 of these units. Now for the most part, you will be only running 1 attacker, and for the highest priority here, we do have Pepita. Following Pepita, we do have Ayane. Next here, we have Daphnis, Abaddon, Siren, Annie, and Mech Commander to end the row off. As for the first 3 units here in Pepita, Ayane, and Daphnis, you should run them on slide only. Abaddon and Siren here, as well as Mech Commander on tap only, and Annie on slide only. As for the notes here, we do have attacker prioritization will be the 6-hit percentage base slide over the 6-hit slide, the 6-hit slide over a 3-hit percentage base slide, and the 3-hit percentage base slide over a 4-hit 4-hit tap, the 4-hit tap over a 4-hit slide, the 4-hit slide over a 3-hit tap, and the 3-hit tap over a 3-hit slide. Next here we do have Mech Commander is only good when fully ignited. Annie is the best fever attacker here. Fourth here we do have Siren and Annie are the best attackers without ignition. And last of all, we do have the Annie team comp will have her drive second or third. Moving on to the Soul Carta recommendations for the attackers, we do have the End of a Long Wait Soul Carta, which will apply weak point final blow percentage plus. Next here we have In Sister's Arms, which has max attack percentage plus. And last here we do have Dive, which is slider only, and you do happen to need a crit buffer such as Yuna or Lupin. As for the next category here, we do have your supporters or tank soul cartas, in which we do have Change of Air, which is the supporter's choice, Rest in Peace, which is good for your wood type units to apply debuff evasion percentage plus. Next here we do have Showtime, which happens to be one of the best defensive soul cartas, and if you don't happen to have Rest in Peace and Showtime, you can really run any other HP and defense soul carta. And last but not least here we do have Towards the Glittering Waves, which is the dark supporter's choice for Lupin. As for the sample lineups here, everyone, we do have the team on the top left hand side being Pepita, Aura, Elysian, Citri, and Lupin. Now it's recommended to run the drive order of Citri into Elysian and end off with Lupin, as well as Aura leader skill. To the right of this team we do have Pepita, Aura, Elysian, Citri, and Yuna. Now it's recommended to run the drive order of Citri, Elysian into Yuna drive and Aura leader skill. As for the bottom left hand side team, we do have the team comp of Pepita, Grilla, Citri, Lupin, and Newbie Mona. As for the drive skill order, it's recommended to run Grilla into Citri and ending off with Lupin. As for the leader skill here, you should try out the Citri leader. And last but not least here, towards the bottom right hand side, we do have the team comp of Annie into Aura, followed by Citri, Elysian, and Yuna. And it's recommended to run the drive skill of Citri into Aura and end off with Annie drive, as well as the Aura leader buff. As for the final tips here towards the bottom, we have make sure to test out other team compositions other than the 4 examples above. Top ranking teams will have meta compositions to follow, as well as please make sure to read the skill sets of your units to fully understand the characters that you are using. And last but not least here, make sure to test out other leader skills as they may improve overall damage, such as Yuna, Pepita, Maid Citri, etc. And towards the bottom here, if you guys would like to check out my socials, I'll always have these linked in the description box below, which does happen to feature my Twitch channel, my Discord server, as well as my Twitter account. But anyways, everyone, that'll pretty much do it for the Ragna Break on Cloud9 events guide overview here on the channel. Make sure to let me know in the comment section below if you guys are excited for this event, and hopefully this guide does happen to help you all out. But before you go, everyone, make sure to leave a like on this video, as well as make sure to subscribe to the channel. And also, while you're down there, make sure to check out channel memberships if you're interested in supporting the channel above and beyond. But with all of that being said, I'll see you all in the next Destiny Child video. As always, thank you all so much for watching.